let's make my Sugary Clouds table runner, which uses 6 fat quarters in a rainbow hue and 2/3 of a yard for your background. Now do note, if you are using the fat quarters, you will have excess amount of fabric left over, but please feel free to substitute your strips with jelly roll fabrics and of course use leftover scraps. But moving forward with your fat quarters, you will cut 6 2¼ inch by 12½ inch rectangles per each fat quarter. But once again, feel free to use jelly roll scraps and of course those leftover scraps from other projects. But then you will just take each color and sew 6 of them in a rainbow-like fashion. And your block will then measure as a 10½ inch by 12½ inch rectangle. And all you'll have to do is repeat this step until you've made a total of 6 quilt blocks. Then with those quilt blocks, you will sew 2 of them together to create a longer strip set. And then you'll repeat this step until you have made a total of 3 strip sets. Lastly, with those strip sets, you are going to lay them side by side, and then you'll rotate that middle strip set upside down just to give it some more variation. And then in between each strip set, you will cut a 6½ inch by 20½ inch rectangle to use as sashing in between your sets and also on the ends. Then, as always, you'll just sew everything together to complete your table runner. And here is what my table runner looks like all completed. For the backing, I'm just going to go with something simple like a plain white solid fabric. And for the thread choice, I'm also going to go with a glide thread in the color Super White. So nothing crazy here. And here is what my quilt looks like all quilted. I went with whipped cream for the quilting, which I will have linked down below in the description. This pattern will yield you a 20-inch by 60-inch table runner, but of course feel free to expand on this quilt and make a lap size quilt, twin size, smaller, shorter table runner, etc. Do whatever you would like. But as always, please take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified for your next amazing quilt project.